Hey, yo, what's good? I'm gonna give you all like a little rage tank guide for like every situation, all the loadouts you should have, all the allies you should use, all that. So this is my boss armory for the current DLC, which is B&E, but you can use this in any raid, I'm pretty sure, depending on if there's ads on the boss, etc., etc. But yeah, so the white mods will be these right here, and then artifacts will be manacles, refractor, Isis, scrap, last pit, white mods, all health, all dom, health. Uh, how you spec, get all this, get all these, and for this you can go hybrid or super powered. Doesn't matter, it's up to you. Hybrid just gives more dom. That's why I do it. And then you can spec in the healing chance if you want. Put 20 in there. It doesn't really matter. Then you want to always spec. You want to always spec in the health first and then dom. If you have a lot more skill points than me, just get all health, all dom. Put the rest in the might and power, or resto. Doesn't really matter. And then the loadout. So pool, severe punishment, immunity, shield, Isis, and E-chain. Allies. So I like to buff my group as a tank. So my stuff might be different than other people's, but I like to buff. So I'm a lot squishier, I guess, if you want to say it like that, than other people. So for combat ally, you can run John Constantine. If you don't have John Constantine, you can run. I think it's this one. Yeah, Death Metal Batman. He debuffs the boss, decreases their damage output by 10% and their defenses by 10%. So if you don't have John Constantine, run this. Queen Diana buffs the group with 10% might. I'm doing the math right, which I think adds up to be about 40 to 50k might to everybody. And you can actually stack this too on top of it. So if you want to have um, someone else run this, either another tank power like Atomic, Rage, whatever, that they're DPSing, they can run an immunity. You can stack this, or you can have a DPS run it, and it counts as if when you break out. So if you get stunned and you break out, this procs it. So immunities like this, proc it, and then breaking out procs it. Your breakout trinket, your immunity right here, this is not proc it, and it procs every. I think it's every 6 seconds. It's either every 3 or 6 seconds it procs. So there's really no downtime on this. So yeah, you can stack it, and it goes off henchmen. So if you have 4 henchmen with you, which I'll just show real quick, it counts off henchmen too. Counts off of trinkets, pets, all that. So the 8 group members is anything related to your group. So trinkets, henchmen, all that. So yeah. Then obviously Batman Who Laughs is for E-chain. If you don't know what this does, basically your finisher will proc a toxin bomb, which lowers the defenses of bosses or whatever by 7% for 10 seconds. And it says hitting an enemy below 45% health. It's not true. It procs every 2 E-chains. So say this one right here procs it. The next one will not proc, but the one after that will proc again. So the health of the bosses or ad, whatever it is, does not matter. But if you don't have these right here, these allies, instead of running Nubia or Queen Diana, you can run Lex Luthor. You could also run Poison Ivy. You could run Superman. Um, what else could you run? That's really all I would run tank wise. But if you don't have these, you can replace them with those. Like I said, I like to buff my group, so this is what I run. But so for the current DLC, there's no ads on the bosses. So say if there was ads on the bosses, and you had to CC ads and stuff like that too. If I wanted to keep this loadout how it is and keep ISIS, realistically, I'd probably take off either the shield or I'd take off the immunity, and I would just put on Without Mercy. So in a different DLC, when you raise, if there's ads on the bosses, da da da. Just put on Without Mercy, replace one of these. You should be good. And then also take off E-Chain and put on Dreadful Blast to CC the ads if they need to be CC'd. If not, then yeah, keep on E-Chain. And obviously, if you take off E-Chain, you replace Batman Who Laughs. But that is the boss armory. I think that's everything boss related. Yes. Oh yeah, some people like to run the book. I ran the book. You really don't need to rage. It's really just pointless. You can take off manacles and run it if you want, but there's really no need. I wouldn't do it. You're not gonna die. If you die, you fucked up and rage crashed or your healer sucks. It's that simple. But okay, so let's go to like hallways. This works with any DLC. If there's a bunch of ads in a hallway and you gotta pull ads and group them, you'll use this right here. So the loadout, pool, severe punishment, immunity, the AoE pool, shield, and dreadful blast for the CC and rage crash cancel. White mods are the same, obviously. Um, Artifacts. So you run Everman, Refractor, Manacles, Mystic, Glass Pit. You can take off Everman and run Book or Pages, whatever. But the reason I stopped running it is because in this DLC currently, I like to pull the ads really quick, and there's a lot of times where I don't even cancel my Rage Crash because there's no need to. But if you're running Pages, it takes you down to like 40% health, and if you don't cancel your Rage Crash while this is ticking, then you'll probably end up proccing your labs or dying. So, that being said, I don't run this. So, if you want to sit there and cancel your Rage Crash while running through hallways quick, which slows you down, then you can run this. But if you're like me and you don't cancel your Rage Crash half the time in hallways because you don't need to, because you're not taking that much damage, then don't run this because it'll end up getting you killed. It's pointless. But you can run this. It works fine. Or you can run Heart of Isis. But there's really no need for this. You don't. Unless you're trying to buff your group and do more damage in hallways. I feel like it slows you down though. Doing all the combos and all that, it just slows you down. I wouldn't do it unless maybe for speed runs. But even then, like I said, it slows you down. I don't know. You can run Heart of Isis though. But yeah, that's the artifacts, allies. Queen Diana, like I said, I like to buff the group. Queen Diana again. Professor Zoom. And Professor Zoom is just a speed boost. And you get supercharge back, so you run really fast. I'm actually the one that figured this out. No one was using this before I started using it. So it is really good. A lot of people still don't use it. I don't know why. It makes no sense. If you want to be a fast and efficient tank and always, you should 100% be running this. It's 10 times better. And then what else am I missing? Anything else? Allies, traits. I spec superpowered for hallways. I used to spec hybrid, but in speed runs, I was running out of power because the troll was running ahead, so I wouldn't have power. But normally in hallways, I would spec hybrid too. But currently, I'm superpowered because of speed runs, so it doesn't really matter. And then you spec the same here. You can go 10, 10, or 20 here. Go straight to health. Rest in the dom. I always put 1 point here just with a little bit of power. And yeah, that's it for hallway. I think. Is that everything? Yeah. Okay. And then, oh wait, if you want to run dash attack, you can run dash attack too instead of the shield. It really doesn't matter. In certain raids, it might be good. Certain raids, it might not be. But you can run dash attack instead of the shield. It makes the hallways faster. I just run the shield just because I really don't need dash attack to be honest anymore. And the shield has increases your defense by 45% when not blocking. So all around is better than dash attack in my opinion. But it's basically the same thing. Just dash attack gives you the. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get to it in the parking lot. But dash attack gives you CC immunity, and it gives you a shield obviously, and a speed boost. So I'll get to that. But yeah, you can run that for always. All right, now for parking lot. So normally I'll just show the arts first and all that. I'll get to everything after. Arts, Scrap, Refractor, Manacles, Mystic, Last Pit. Uh, Loadout is your pool, Severe Punishment, Immunity, your AoE pool, Dash Attack, Dreadful Blast, Outlaws, John Constantine, Queen Diana, Professor Zoom, same shit. I like to buff my group. Um, Spec Hybrid or Superpower, don't matter. Same thing. 10-10 or do 20. Straight to health. By the way, you only want to go, you want to prioritize health as a rage. That's the main reason. So if you have skill points like me or less, always prioritize health and then get down. But other powers are different, so don't always do that. But yeah, that's that. Okay, so so you can run pages. You can take off scrap and still run dash attack with pages. It don't matter. But the reason I run scrap is just for the supercharge ability cooldown. If you see that, it reduces it by 22.5%, so my dash attack will come off cooldown a lot faster. So you can run that, or you can just take off dash attack and run shield, redirect to rage. Doesn't matter. The reason I run dash attack now than prior is because one, dash attack gives you the speed boost. Two, it gives you the main reason I'm running it now is because it gives you a CC immunity, so you can't get stunned. Then it also gives you a good shield. But the main reason I run it is for the speed boost and the CC immunity. So because there's a part in the ads where I always get CC'd while trying to group them, so I just pop this in that part, and then I don't get CC'd, and it just makes it smoother. But yeah, if you don't want to run that, if you don't want to run dash attack, just run redirect to rage. It does not matter. It's the same shit. If you run redirect to rage, just put on pages. If you don't have pages, run Everman. And yeah, that's it for the parking lot. And once all the ads are done, if you want, you can switch back to your boss loadout. Then you'll have the E-chain for the Batman Who Last proc, and you'll have our devices and all that. So if you want to do that, you can do that. And another big thing, all these tanks, all these tanks run Superman for the shield. But if you actually read the shield, upon using a group breakout ability, gives you and all allies a damage reduction shield that lasts for 6 hits. So you have the shield for 30 seconds, but it only lasts for 6 hits. So in my opinion, this shit is low-key ass. Now, when I say ass, I don't mean like it's pointless and it's useless. It's still good. Don't get me wrong, it's still good. For certain situations, yes, this is good. Because 6 hits can save somebody's life still. But like, 6 hits for you as a tank really ain't shit. So for you, it's kind of pointless. For your group, it is good. But I prioritize buffing my group over 6 hits. Because 9 times out of 10, if you get hit 6 times, you're either gonna die or you're not gonna die. It's just like there's like no in between really. Like you're either getting one shot and you're dying, because there's an ad attacking you and the tank doesn't have aggro, or the boss is on you, or you die to a mechanic. You don't really sit there and just like what I'm trying to say. Like it's not really that useful. It is, but it isn't. It's 50-50. So I prioritize buffing my group over Superman. So like in hallways, this is good because if they get hit by an ad, like an ad that doesn't have you don't have aggro on, so they get hit 3 times and it saves them. It could say like it can save people, yes, but like I feel like buffing the group's better. But like you can use this in hallways and on bosses, parking lot. You can use it the whole raid, but 6 hits isn't that much. Just that's basically what I'm just trying to get at. But I also have a buff armory. This isn't really anything. So in B&E before the door drops, I just pop an immunity for the Superman shield. I pop Harlot shield and I pop what's this shit called again? I pop Remorseless Recovery. Yeah. And then I pop supply drop, Tombot, and Henchman. By the way, if you don't have Tombot gives you 5% health. It's pretty good. Um, I think that's everything tank related. I can do like a little quick recap. Uh, First boss. Say there's multiple tanks in the raid for something like say like for example TSWE plus, and you only want a single taunt, single taunts can be your there's two you have. There's Rage Blast. Rage Blast is a single taunt, and then Mesmerizing Lasso is a single taunt. So single taunt is what you want if you're just tanking one boss only. You always want to use this if you're tanking multiple things or you're not tanking one boss. You're just pulling multiple things. Um, anything else I gotta cover for this? I also have phase dodge and I'm zone and reflection spec just in case if there's a situation where I need to use these, I have them. So there's that. Also, if you don't have our devices, just run redirected rage or not redirected rage, hard light shield, dash attack, or you can run. I'd run remorseless. So if you rage crash, you won't take all that damage. You still take damage, but you won't take as much damage if you actually read this. So severe punishment and remorseless if you don't have ISIS or dash attack. So that's that. Hallways. Only thing you can really change here, you can run dash attack to the reductor rage. Um, yeah, I wouldn't change anything else with this. Uh, like I said earlier, put on pages if you want hard ISIS. I wouldn't change anything else though. And allies, same. You can run Superman instead of Queen Diana if you want. If you don't have Superman or Queen Diana, you can run Lex Luthor. If you don't have any of those, you can run Nubia. Uh, yeah, but you should have Zoom. Zoom is it's so good on hallways. You should 100% have Zoom. Zoom's like 100% of the time have Zoom on. And then parking lot. You don't need Zoom on parking lot. You can run Superman. You can run Lex Luthor. You can run Nubia. It don't really matter. Um, yeah, Queen Diana, same thing. You don't. It's not the end of the world if you don't have it. It's just buffs the group. You can run something else if you want. And then let's see. I guess artifacts. Like I said, you can take off scrap, put on pages if you want, and you can take off dash attack, put on redirected rage if you want, and that basically just sums up uh, all the armies and how to tank with rage. And I'll give you a little detail on how you should be pulling things, I guess. All right, so another big thing that tanks don't do or don't know about, like new players, I guess. So you see this set of ads? Let's count this set of ads right here as the first set. Let's count this set over here as the second set. Say the whole group is, say the whole group's behind you and you're coming from this direction. And you're the tank, you're ahead. So you want to lock onto this set right here. You want to click L1 and hold it, unless you have auto lock on. But you want to hold it down. You want to run past. You want to pull that set to this set, and then you want to group them up here. You don't want to run to this set, go like this, and then pull this set, and then group them up. It's sloppy. Like it's slow. It's sloppy. So you always want to do this right here. Oh shit! Hold on. The stairs fucking me up. So you want to run past, pull, group. That's simple. Obviously, it don't look the best because these are spawn targets, but that's how you want to always group shit. So see if I wanted to group all three of these, I would run past, I'd pull this set, I'd pull this set again, and then I pull this set, and then I group them up right here. Now another thing that people don't realize is that when you pull, when you clip into severe punishment or immunity, which I'll show right here. Watch, I'm gonna clip the pull into it and still run. So you want to always try and pull and then clip into one of them, and then like on hallways. So you want to pull into one of them and then keep running. You want to always try and clip into them. Same with a breakout trinket. Now you can also do this with what's it called? These two right here. Remorseless recovery and redirected rage and hard light shield. But the thing about those is that when you clip into it, you gotta jump and then you can run. So they're not the best, but if you wanted to use those for that, you could. But yeah, so yeah, you want to pull, clip into severe punishment. your immunity or your breakout trinket. And I'll do a little example again right here. So you want to pull, so look, keep running, pull, keep running. So yeah, that's a big thing with tanking. Really, really big thing. So the thing about CCing, this right here, CCing ads, stunning them. If you spam without mercy too much, it'll make the ads get immune. So you don't want to spam without mercy, because eventually it makes the ads immune, just like that right there. But if you do these right here, Dreadful Blast and your emitters, they should never get immune. But if you keep adding it without mercy, they will get immune. But there is ways around that. So if you like come to the side of the ads, like say you're in the middle right here and they're doing this, I think it's a higher chance for them to get immune. But if you're like, say the ads are right here, and then you're over here and you pop this, and it sucks them into you, I don't think they get immune as easy. You can still keep CCing them. I'm not sure, but I think that's how it works. But if you're in the group of ads like this, they'll get immune quick, like really quick. But as long as you stay on the outside, you should be alright. But yeah, try not to spam that. Um, yeah, that sums up everything.